Good day, everyone. We will talk about developmental tasks and issues on human development. Together with our team, Bantolinao, Pecolados, Takanashi, and Uyanguren.
Developmental tasks. According to Havighurst, 1948, a task which arises at or about a certain period of life of the individual, successful achievement of which leads to happiness and to success with later tasks. While failure leads to unhappiness in the individual, disapproval by the society, and difficulty with later tasks, may arise from physical maturation, from pressure of cultural processes, or from emerging personality, usually from interaction of these factors. Developmental stages. An age period when certain needs, behaviors, experience, and capabilities are common and different from other age periods. Social norms and institutions, customs, and laws also provide influences these stages. These are three broad stages of development: early childhood, middle childhood, and adolescence.
Development task and issue of human development. Number 1. Prenatal period. The period of time before birth conception occurs when egg from mother is fertilized by sperm from the father. The first 2 weeks after conception are known as the germinal stage. The third through the either week is known as the embryonic period. At that time, from the 9-week until birth is known as the fetal period. Number 2. Infancy. Physiological activities are beginning language, symbolic, truth, sensory motor, coordination, and social learning. The third year is developing nerve connection and the pathways that are affect all the things they try are learned and by their experiences of life. They copy you other people and repeat things they hear. You toddler will probably start being able to find hiding things. Number 3. Early childhood. At 5 years old, expect tricky emotion, independence, friendship, and social play, lots of talk, improve physical coordination, and more. The preschool years, young children learn to become more self-sufficient and depend on themselves to develop school readiness skills and spend many hours playing with peers. Middle adulthood age 40 to 65, within 60-65 being late adult, trans years, late adult ages to 60 to 85, adolescence. So number 4, middle and late childhood. A stage where children move into expanding roles and environment. Children progress at different rates. They have different interests, abilities, and personalities. The fundamental skill. Adolescence. Adolescence is a developmental stage that is defined as starting with puberty and ending with the transition to adulthood, a time for growth, sports, and puberty change. Adolescents experience rapid physical, cognitive, and psychological growth that affect how they feel, think, make decisions, and interact with the world around them. Traumatic gains in the weight changes is the body control and the development of sexual characteristics such as enlargement of breast, developing of the pubic and facial hair, and the deepening of boys. Number 7, middle adulthood. Middle adulthood or midlife refers to the period of the lifespan between young adulthood and the old age. This period lasts from 20 to 40 years depending on how this stage ages and tasks are culturally defined. Researcher on this period of the life is relatively period of the lifespan, and she is a very group. We can see considerable difference in individuals within this developmental stage. This is much learned about this group. Late adulthood. The aging process leads a faster change in our physical, cognitive, and social capabilities, and needs in life begins to come to its natural conclusion, resulting in the final life stage beginning in 60, known as late adulthood. This is time for adjustment to decreasing strength and health, life review, retreatment, and adjustment to new social rules. So, late adulthood is a stage of life from 60 onward, is a continuous that late stage of physical change. Average life expectancy in the United States is around 80 years. However, this varies greatly based on factors such as socioeconomic status, region, and access to medical care. That's all.
Let's move on to the developmental task of Havighurst. The first one is the infancy and early childhood. In this age range, a child will learn how to walk, talk, relate relationship from parents, sibling, or other people. A child will learn the basic things that a person know. The second one is the middle childhood, which the child from 6 to 12 years old will learn about some school-related skills, build up some contents, values, and to be independent. The third one is the adolescence. Most likely, the teenagers ranges from 13 to 17 years old. They will establish some emotional independence, accepting one's physics. They will have some physical development, just like growing some pubic hairs. They will also become mature and will achieve gender-based social role. They will become aware about female and male roles in the society. After the adolescence, the early adulthood comes, which is from Havighurst's developmental task. Early adulthood starts from 18 and ends to 35 years old. In here, a person starts to select a life partner, to establish a career and family. The next will be the middle age, which ranges from 36 to 60 years old. A person will most likely maintain a standard life together with a family, having a spouse and children. They will also achieve civil and social responsibilities and adjust to psychological changes. The last one will be the later maturity, which is over 60 years old. At this point of age, a person will adjust to the decrease of physical strength, health, and will also retire. They will also meet social and civil obligations. Furthermore, they will also adjust to the loss of the spouse. But of course, each of us has different ways of living. These developmental tasks are just a guide and to help us develop on our understanding of ourselves and to others. The issues take stands on the issues of human development only.
Nature versus nurture. What is nature?
nature, it refers to biological genetic predisposition impact on human traits. A nativist or nature account of development would argue that the processes in question are innate and influenced by unnatural human behavior, is seen as the result of already present biological factors such as genetic code, while nurture is described the influence of learning and others' influence from one environment. Nurture human behavior is seen as the result of environmental interaction, which can provoke changes in brain structures and chemistry. The initial use of the nature versus nurture theory was credited to psychologist Sir Francis Galton in 1869, according to Brumna 2002. However, it is unclear who initially described the impact of genes and biological versus environmental influence scientists. Doctors, researchers, psychologists, behaviorists, and many others have debated this theory since Hippocrates was alive. Continuity versus discontinuity. Continuity and discontinuity are controversial concepts in social theories. The continuity says that change is gradual. Children become more skillful in thinking, talking, or acting much the same way as they get taller. With this type of development, this is gradual, slow, or moderate change. The discontinuity it sees development as more abrupt, a succession of changes that produce different behaviors in different age-specific life periods, called stage. With this type of development, unlike the continuity, the change is more sudden, such as an infinite ability to conceive object permanence. As we can see in the figure, the growth of one person is smoothly with the same way or attitude when growing up, while the discontinuity shows that dramatic change of one's growth. It can be the child found a new and different thing about them than what they used to be when they were younger.
Stability versus change. Stability implies personality traits present during infancy endure throughout the lifespan, whereas change theorist argues that personalities are modified by interactions with family, experience at school, and acculturation. The existence of personality traits addressing stabilization and change have been seen among people throughout the life cycle. It has been believed that personality changes through family interaction, school experience, and adaptation of culture. Stability belief that personality traits develop in the first 5 years predict adult personality. Some aspects of temperament such as energy level outrageousness seems relatively stable. Example, a young child is shy will remain shy through adulthood. The other one is change. Personalities are modified through interactions with family experience at school and adulthood. Social attitudes usually change a great deal from childhood to adulthood. Some aspects of temperament, such as energy level and outrageous, seems relatively stable.
That is all, and thank you for listening.